first question.
Okay, what's your
Glenn.
question?
What does it mean to be a man to you?
To me, okay. Well, oh man. Okay, so being a man.
Yeah.
So for me, being a man is well, it depends in what context, right?
Okay.
So in a context of a family, or in a context of just in general society.
Let's just say a context of you.
Of me.
Yeah, like your heart.
Okay, so for me, being a man is being myself, right?
Okay.
So quite a few things that I do aren't traditionally considered manly.
Okay.
It's just like how my personality is, really.
Okay.
Like I don't care about like showing my emotion, right? Like not masking how I'm actually feeling in a way. Like if I'm like extremely happy, I can scream.
Awareness.
I can scream.
Lovely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like say I love you, dude. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like
let me tell you a pet peeve that I have.
Okay.
Can I rant for 1 second
go
about
ahead,
that?
go ahead.
He just triggered me, guys. I'm sorry. So like, I'm the kind of friend, right? Like I tell my friends that I love them all the time because you just never know when you're going to see them again. Like you really, guys, you never know, right? So like for me, every single time that I see you, most likely when we're saying bye to each other, I'm going to yell I love you, you know? And obviously not everyone is comfortable with saying I love you back.
Yeah.
So I have this issue. If I say I love you to you and you don't say it back, like what are you doing? Do you know what I mean? Like if I'm saying like I love you, you're like,
thank you.
yeah. And I'm like, what do you mean? Thank you. No.
What if they don't love you? Then what do you want them to say?
Just say you don't love me. I don't know. I've never
You
actually
definitely
been,
don't want
I've
someone to
never
say,
been in
"I
that
don't love
position.
you."
I've actually
What do you
never
mean?
been in that position. Oh my word, all of my friends, if I've ever forced you to say you love me.
It sounds like you
I'm
forcing
really
them to say I love you back from what you just said now.
I'm so sorry. Don't force people to say that they love you guys because everyone is a human being.
Everyone's entitled to their own feelings.
Everyone is entitled to their own feelings. But if you do love your friends, guys, I encourage you to respond when they tell you that they love you, because it hurts sometimes when you're shouting out like I love you and then your friends just like okay, it's cool, like I love you too, but you're like I don't care to tell you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just tell your friends that you love them because it's a nice thing. But anyway, sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
So you were saying that what it means to be a man for you is you being yourself.
See, it's hard for me to say what it means to be a man, but what it means to be me.
Oh,
but I am
yeah.
a man, so
I guess
a man for me.
So I guess that means that it actually leads me to my next question and how like your views on being like a human, like how you live, how you wake up every day. Like, do you think of yourself as a human being or do you think of yourself as a man? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you think that the importance that we put or the value that we put on like a certain gender or being a certain gender in this world and like how that navigates you? Wow, this podcast is gonna be next level. I can feel it already. But yeah, like, do you wake up every day thinking like, okay, what does a man have to do? Or do I wake up every day thinking what does a human have to do? Do you know what I mean?
I wake up every day and want to take a piss. I don't think about I don't think about deep things when I wake up at all.
Because that's good, guys. You should be urinating in the morning. Removing
if you don't, go see your local doctor and see what's wrong.
Yes, as well as pooping as well. I'm sorry if that's weird for some people, but
Yeah.
that's actually a good thing,
Gotta
guys.
take a shit.
Like you gotta
It's
take
necessary.
a shit in the morning. Very necessary. Yeah.
You gotta
But
start the day on the
sorry.
right notes. On the right note. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Definitely. So yes, you were saying that you wake up every day and you need to take a piss. Yes.
But what is your question? What I have to do as a man? What did you say?
Well, how do you wake up feeling? Do you wake up feeling like you are a man, or do you wake up feeling like you're a human being? And like, what does that mean to you? Like the difference between being a man and being a human? And how do you? Okay, I'm gonna add the question.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. And how do you like? How does that influence the way that you move through life?
Okay, so
I am asking Glenn great questions today, guys.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I see myself as both a man and a human being.
Okay.
Because I do think there are differences between a man and a woman.
Yeah.
That are very necessary You know what I mean?
When you say that, what do you mean?
I mean, like if it was a world without women, just a world with men only, right?
Yeah.
First of all, that world
This
would
is
suck.
a man's world.
Yeah, this is a man. I mean, it is a man's world. Don't get me wrong.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's
but
the
we're
fact.
changing that. We're changing it.
Are we?
We are. We're going
Who's
to.
the we?
Me. I'm changing it. Me and this glass of wine. It's the mission. But sorry, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, because like I said, if it was a world full of men, first of all, we'd all be fat. Right? We'd all be fat.
I think so too. I actually.
Yeah, if it was a world full of men, I wouldn't really. Obviously, like, this is the whole health thing. I enjoy playing like sports, right?
Yeah.
So that's cool. But in terms of like the gym, actually going to the gym, I would definitely not do that if it wasn't for women.
Yeah.
Right. So there's that.
And why
then,
do you say that, Glenn?
I'm trying to be attractive.
Okay.
Yeah, trying to be attractive.
Okay.
Right.
All
But
right.
because here's the thing, right? And I know this for a fact because I was at. Wow, your phone is cracked. The hell,
Guys.
And it always falls. Just so you people know. Wow.
It really is, but that's only
That's a
mainly
side note.
no. But it's really because like I have
Jesus,
a very
wrecked.
bad relationship
It's
with
wrecked.
cell phones. Like I just hate cell phones, and because of that, the universe.
sure they
is just
hate
like,
you.
Exactly. So I
Phones
just
hate
never
you.
exactly.
I mean, if
it's
they-
really.
yeah.
I need to change my attitude
Wow.
about it. Yeah.
Anyway,
so we
okay.
cannot do that.
As I was saying,
That.
what was I saying? Please tell me you remember.
You were saying that. Damn it.
Okay.
You were talking. So basically, what you were talking about is how you wake up feeling like I'm gonna start from and then I'm
The
gonna
top.
Yeah. So like you wake up feeling like both, and how there's definitely necessary roles in the world.
Oh yes, I remember what I was saying.
Yes,
Okay. So now, thank you for that.
You're
All right. So basically, like I was saying, right. So I've been to an all boys school, right? So at boarding school. So you don't see girls for like
In Harare, right?
Yeah. In Zim, yeah.
Do we want to shout out the school? No.
Saint Ignatius, my man.
Hey.
My friends from Zim, all from Saint Ignatius.
Oh,
those are my
really?
niggas, like straight up.
Aw.
Yeah, I did
Shout
leave
out,
the school
guys.
after Form 4, and then
Okay.
A levels I went to Watershed.
Form 4?
Yeah, so that's like grade 10, 11 for you guys. But our high school is 6 years. Yours is like 5, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No
So-
wonder you guys are so smart.
Exactly. We let our minds mature before
You
we come
really
here.
do.
You know what I mean?
So true.
But yeah. So I went to So I went to an all boys school from Form 1 to Form 4.
Okay.
Okay, so that's grade 8 to grade 11,
Okay.
basically.
Yeah.
And then so there, like I said, it's all boys. So you don't see girls for the whole term. You see them maybe like twice.
And all of that built up
Builds
like
up,
this.
but
Ooh.
right. So obviously, we had a sister school, like
Yeah.
about maybe like
There's always
4
a sister school.
kilometers away,
Yeah.
and we used to have like socials maybe like twice a term.
Oh, cool.
So that was cool. But in terms of everyday living, right? So because there are no girls, no one's trying to be cool.
Yeah.
We only try to be cool once we go to the girls' school. So we were like to the max ourselves.
Yeah.
And
like
it was so much fun. Like we literally like would goof around like crazy. Like
Aw.
like
That's
no
the
one
best.
no one cares about being cool.
Yeah.
Like we just like compete, but we're very competitive
Oh,
between
yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah.
'Cause you still want to be the alpha.
Yeah, that's what I was
You still
going
wanna
to
be
say.
an alpha.
Naturally, yes. Like
Yeah.
the ego and
The
like,
ego is still there.
yeah.
You still want to be an alpha.
Yeah.
That doesn't like go away. So that was a very interesting. And then when I went to Watershed, which was a co-ed school, it changed, right? So because now there's girls, so even I had to adjust.
Yeah.
Just seeing
Like,
girls,
whoa.
I was like,
what's
whoa!
that?
I'm just seeing girls like
Boobs,
all the time, yeah.
Curves.
Because even during school holidays, because you don't know a lot of girls,
Yeah.
you don't hang out with a lot of girls. You see
Yeah.
girls, but you don't really do anything about it.
Yeah.
So going to this school really changed a lot because now I'm seeing girls. Now it's like I get excited.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Keyword excited.
excited. But yeah, it was interesting. So like the way I conducted myself during the two schools is quite different.
Yeah.
Because at St. Ignatius, I didn't care about anything. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you just like you're just like boys, just doing your thing.
You're just you.
Yeah, we just goof around, have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then with the girls, now you're like being all cool
and trying to like finesse.
Yeah, trying to finesse. Yeah, there's a lot of that
to make you look at me.
Exactly.
Rather than him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, like, you know, in this world, you know, we're very different, men and women.
Very.
Actually, we're more alike than we are different.
We are, and I'm so glad that you said that, because
we're more
like
alike. Yeah.
At the end of the day, sorry, just to like focus on like literally that one point that you said, because I think that a lot of us right now, the way that we think is that females and males are really different, right? Which we are in many ways, but we're actually so alike in the most fundamental basic needs.
Absolutely, yeah.
We all want the same thing at the end of the day. We're all just either expressing it differently, or we're handling pain differently, or we're vibrating on a different frequency, or we just don't understand, or we're scared of the unknown.
The differences we do have,
so many.
That's what we magnify.
Exactly.
On, right? Yeah. So we focus on the differences we have, but on the fundamental level, like we're pretty much the same. Yeah.
Which and that's actually really why I asked you that question of, do you feel like you wake up as a man or as a human being? Because it really makes you think, like, are we forgetting that at the end of the day, basically and generally, what we all want is the same thing, which is love and connection and like all of those beautiful, wonderful, peaceful, happy things, you know, that we strive for. And like, at the end of the day, does gender even really, you know what I mean? Like,
does gender really what? Finish that. I want to hear that. Does gender really what? Matter?
No, not. I think that gender really does matter, because I think that we need structure in this world, and I think that gender brings that structure, just in terms of like how it was back in the day. Like, men would do certain things and like women would do certain things, and I think that the reason why they even started doing that is just because it was a basic thing of, okay, I'm good at this, you're good at this, so you focus on that and you focus on that. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely agree.
Right? I don't think back in the I cannot speak because I did not live back then, but I think when it first started, like before evil got really bad in the war and people started like misusing their power and like greed, I think people were literally just like, yo, I'm good with my hands, I'm good at cooking this meal, I'm good at doing the laundry, and that's what I'm going to do. And I think that that's literally how it started. So I definitely do think that it's important.
So it wasn't like a patriarchy thing, like where men sat down and then like that's
I think at the but like that's what I'm saying, like it's hard because
I think it was natural, right?
Yeah, like because
men are naturally stronger than women.
Exactly.
Physically.
No,
so,
and I have to admit,
and I'm not gonna lie to you, like women back in the day, they weren't complaining that no, we also want to go hunting.
Like we want to go to the war.
They were like, okay, you guys, go fight the wars. Go do the hunting.
I think it was more when we were being treated like in a way that like, okay, but that's the only thing that you can do. That's when the problem began. Do you know what I mean? But like you said, I think it was natural at the beginning of like how
it's just sharing responsibilities.
Exactly.
It makes sense. It's more efficient.
Exactly. That's the right word to use. Sharing responsibility. And like with that, right? Like I think that's now sadly when men just became like super bad and evil and like cruel and
men became evil. At what point did they become evil? I totally disagree with that.
Started misusing their power, becoming greedy, and like misusing us and our bodies and like sexism and like all of that stuff. But I'm not saying that those qualities did not live within women. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that unfortunately for us, we got the bad end of the stick in terms of.
I don't think so.
Okay, why don't you think so? And then I will.
You need to tell me. You need to tell me why you got the bad end of the stick. Yeah.
The reason I'm saying that, right, is because I think that like men started doing things that had more, I guess you could title as power, right? So stronger things that were more dominant, things that were more, so fighting, guns, making big decisions for the family. Do you know what I mean? Like simple things like that. And I think that through those little acts in history and like in society, men kind of started to grow this godlike, you know.
So you don't think it was there initially? I think it was there initially.
Do you think it was there initially?
For sure.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I can't, honestly, that particularly, I don't know.
Because you need to ask yourself why it became like that, right? In the first place.
Yeah.
Right? Like why that was the natural
the
course
way
of
that
things.
if I honestly had to ask that question of why it became like that, is because I think that just like how we were saying earlier, right? Like men are good at certain things, right? And interestingly enough, men are good at the things that seem to be, you know, stronger or like the more valued characteristics, I guess you could say.
Okay.
And for me, in my mind, logically, I think that that's where I think that's where the ego really, really grew. And like, that's where it was like, okay, we have this power where we can do this. So let's take advantage of it. Do you know what I mean?
I absolutely know what you mean, yeah.
And then like, you know how it is like with power, like once you realize how strong you are and you realize how like inferior everyone else is, you're like, okay, let me use this power to like manipulate people in order for them to think that they're not better, so that there's no resistance and there's no rebellion. And I think that's how like little manipulation started, like emotional manipulation, like, you know what I mean, like this is what you're meant to do, or and then that's, I think, when like abuse started, like it just started to get really bad.
The thing is, I think like what you're saying in terms of like men using their power or whatever, I think that was actually worse when it started
100%.
compared to now.
No, 100%.
So I think it's actually dialed down now.
I agree.
Right?
No,
so,
I agree. Yeah.
So I don't think it was like a point and then like it became worse and then we realized we had power. And I think it's actually like it started off like real like extreme, and then now it's getting a bit better.
Do you know how I feel like it started off? I feel like it started off natural, and then
it's
you
natural,
guys realized your power, and then it became extreme. Just like how like you know discover like drugs and like you know what I mean, and like alcohol, and you love it, and you're like, oh, this is so good, like I'm gonna ingest this for such a long time, and then eventually you realize like, wait, this is not good for you, and this is really bad, and this is hurting a lot of people, and you're like, let me slow down. And relax. Yeah, and I really think, I think that that's how it went for your... Actually, that brings me to another question.
Okay.
So, in terms of like male vulnerability, right? And like how, you know, the statistics of like men committing suicide, and like how the stereotype of like, and I'm saying stereotype because I don't want to say if it's true or not, but the stereotype of how they say that women mature faster than men emotionally, and like how you guys are emotionally stunted, and like, you know, all of that stuff. What, you being the man that you are today, a 27-year-old in OBS, I was gonna say your address, but never mind.
We don't want people knocking on my door.
Yeah, exactly. But like for you in this time right now, like how do you handle that? Because like you said, you're comfortable with your emotions, right? And like you're comfortable being vulnerable. Do you ever get, you know, backlash for being vulnerable? Is it ever uncomfortable for you? And if it is uncomfortable, where does your mind go? Why is it uncomfortable? Do you know what I mean? So like, yeah, I have a lot of questions, but let's start with whatever one you want to answer.
Okay, choose one.
Okay,
just like make it like a nice little question.
Let's start. Okay. First, let's begin with, how do you, as a man who is comfortable with being emotionally aware with yourself, in the world and society, is it difficult? Is it not difficult? Is it easy to like communicate with your peers? In terms of like, when I say that, I mean like, do guys come up to you like, oh, like, why are you being so vulnerable? Or do they celebrate that? They're like, yo, like, I'm so glad that you said that because that's how I feel. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, is there engagement in that conversation? Or so
my friends, like the friends I have, like my closest friends, that is, right? So we're all on that wavelength where like we... Like if you need something, if you need to talk about something, like you'll talk to me, you know, or I'll talk to you. Yeah,
that's so important.
Yeah, like especially like Easy, for example, because we listen to the same.
I mean, they have a podcast together.
Yeah, exactly, and we listen to the same podcasts, which have helped shape how we think.
Oh, lovely.
Right. So we have the same philosophies pretty much.
Yeah.
Where, you know, if you have an issue, we just like talk about it and see how we can hash it out. And like in my relationships personally, I always had an issue with, like, I always like try to avoid conflict, for example, right?
Okay.
Right. So
you run away from your issues.
Absolutely.
In retrospect,
that's what. Yeah. That's exactly what I was doing.
If we're being psychologists.
If there's something wrong, like if there's something I don't agree with, instead of confronting it, I would just like deal with it.
Yeah.
Like, or just like, it's fine, just deal with it.
Which is what a lot of people do. Yeah.
Exactly, which is not great, right? So. So it's something. So Easy actually helped me out with that. Funny enough.
Ah, really?
Because like,
guys, friends.
because he was like, yo, dude, like that's not cool. That's screwed
a
up.
Problem, yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, yo,
which
like,
is so important, guys. No, like honestly, like I just really want to say, like, having friends that do that, especially for guys, because I know for girls we have that, like, for everything.
That's standard.
Yeah, that's standard for us.
Comes,
exactly, but
it's part of the package.
Exactly, but I don't really hear a lot of guys that like speak like this. Do you know what I mean? Where like guys would be like, "Yo, what you're doing is like not right." So Easy, shout out to you. I haven't met
Easy,
you, but I mean, you seem like a cool guy.
Yeah,
but you can
I was
continue.
like in my most previous relationship, like had an issue. And I was just like dealing with it like internally, right?
Yeah.
He called me, I told him the issue. He's like, "Yo, man, it's pretty screwed up. Like, you know, you need to like talk about it with her."
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, right? Yeah, you're actually right, because I had this thing where like, and it actually used to frustrate like my ex.
Yeah.
Right. Where like she'd be like, you know, you need to like talk about like what's affecting you, so that we, you know, work on this, right?
Yeah.
So, but like I was just like because like I hated conflict so much, like avoided it at all costs.
Every guy in the world,
basically. You know what I mean? So so that's what was happening, and I mean, yeah, but I think I'm getting better at it for sure.
Why do you think you're getting better at? Like, where do you?
I'm just
see
realizing,
that?
because initially I didn't know that's what I was doing, right? Where I was like basically avoiding all like potential conflict situations.
And if we can actually like, I'm quite a diver. If we could actually go deep into that, like, why do you think initially even you were avoiding that? Do you know what I mean? Like, why were you even running away from that in the first place?
I just don't like fighting, just generally.
But why don't you like fighting? What is it about fighting that you don't enjoy?
I don't think anyone enjoys. Oh, I'm pretty sure some people.
There's
enjoy
actually
fighting.
a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
There's so many.
I don't know. Like I've never been in a physical fight ever in my life.
Really?
No,
Me
never.
Too. Hey, for us.
I've never been in a physical fight.
That's interesting for a guy.
But I've been in like verbal fights. I was
Yeah.
very good at that, especially like in primary school.
Oh, okay.
Like I used to win
'Cause you're
those
good
all the
with your
time.
words?
Yeah, I was very good with my words.
I feel you.
And I don't know how I never got like, how my ass never got
Beaten
kicked.
up?
Yeah, for that.
Because you were so good.
Because I remember like, I was a newcomer. I remember I told you I switched schools in high school. I was a newcomer. And then like we were playing basketball. And I was trash talking this other guy. Then one of my friends is like, "Yo, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, that guy like kicks people's asses.
Yeah.
Like, that's what he does.
Yeah.
Right?" But I was like,
But the universe is just like, not today.
I was like, because I was like talking,
you
bro.
were going, yeah.
And like unnecessarily, like,
yeah.
if they were if verbal fights were like an actual fight, I've been in plenty. And I always managed. I always used to manage like to talk myself out of getting my ass kicked.
You seem like the type,
Yeah,
to be able to like.
So I'm like when I see like a spot escalate, I'm like, "Yo, come on, man. come on,
yeah,
man.
like come on.
You don't want to. You have to fight me. Come on.
You
like,
don't fight me. Look at this
Look
face.
at me. You know what I mean? Like,
look at this beard.
Yeah. So that's the kind of thing. That's how it was.
Okay.
But yeah, I was always outside. I mean, I haven't been in a relationship since my previous one.
Oh.
But so
He's
like
single,
it'd be interesting.
Ladies. He is single.
Single. I mean, they know. They know. If you know, you know.
If you know,
yeah.
you
If
know.
you know, you know. So basically, yeah.
So okay.
But before we continue, gotta pay some bills.
Oh shit!
Gotta pay some bills.
Sponsorship.
Brothersbeard.africa.
Can I do that? Yeah, the DJ thing.
Yes.
Continue.
Brothersbeard.africa sponsors this episode, and just check out their website. They've got a lot of good beard products.
Really good beard products.
Really
guys.
good beard products.
They have a kit.
They have a kit, Brothers Beard kit. Right?
Yeah.
That goes for like $4.99.
Oh,
it's got a comb. Yeah.
Yes.
It's got a comb, a brush, balm, and beard oil.
Hey.
All right. And then they have the Brothers Beard set, which is just the balm and the oil. That goes for $3.50. That's what I would recommend for you to start with. Check out the product, see how it goes. And then they have the beard oil just on its own. It goes for $200.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah. So just check them out.
So obviously the beard oil seems very valuable.
Yes.
Because it's the most expensive.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That's my personal favorite product.
That's probably what you should get.
And it actually smells good too.
Really?
It does,
That's very important actually, because who doesn't want to smell good?
Exactly.
Obviously.
So definitely check.
Wait,
check.
how does it smell? Can you describe it?
It has like a slightly minty. It's not like absolutely minty.
Okay.
Slightly minty.
Okay.
You know, and if you know what a Moroccan oil smells like, it's got a hint of that. You know what I mean?
If you know,
you know. Yeah, so check their website out. If you do end up buying some products from them, it's organic.
Would be really dope.
It's organic.
Make sure you tell them that you're coming from here.
Amateur opinions.
Yes.
Yeah, tell them.
Amateur
just let them know
opinions, guys.
that's where you got it from.
It helps us a lot.
Helps us a lot to just keep the program going, give you the content you deserve. So if you do go to their website, check them out.
Yeah, that was good. I think they'll be proud of you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
They'll be happy.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean they're good. They're good guys.
Oh, really? How long have you been working with them now?
A couple of months, 2 months.
Oh, really?
2 months,
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, as far as this episode is concerned, I think it's been very good. Thank you for the questions.
It has.
We should absolutely do this again.
I'm so
in terms of
happy.
like the questions, you know.
Yeah, no, dude. I
think it's a good.
Do you know what's weird?
actually
You know
quite
what I
interesting.
realized? Yeah, I think I'm really good at asking questions, and
I
you're
think so
good
too.
at answering questions.
Am I?
I think this could be a thing. We could do like a ask and answer.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind
Absolutely.
of stuff, because I think your fans would like to know a lot of things that I think they don't know, and I think that you don't even know about yourself.
Yeah,
like
I'm
you
discovering.
said.
Yeah,
And I'm
I'm unpacking.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like a little
Unpacking.
mini therapist, to be honest. Like, no, really.
For free.
Like,
Therapy is very expensive, so I appreciate this. Absolutely.
that's a different conversation that we should have, guys.
Yeah.
Why therapy is expensive and why it shouldn't be expensive because of the way that, dude, oh my God. You're going to create so much content. This is going to be beautiful.
So guys, check us out next week.
So,
You already know what's
yes.
up. Thank you for joining us. And
yes, guys. Let me say bye. Yeah,
like I
thank
said.
you for joining us. Because he always says bye in the last, so let me say bye. Thank you for joining
realize
us,
it's my
guys.
podcast,
Yeah, I
right?
know. Thank you for joining us. At this point, it's like ours. Thank you for joining us, guys.
Absolutely not.
It's a like, subscribe. Is it follow or is it subscribe?
Yeah, both
All
of it. So yeah, subscribe,
Like,
follow,
subscribe, comment your opinions of what we spoke about.
either on YouTube or SoundCloud.
Yes, tell us any
if it's on
stories.
iTunes, just leave a review. Give us 5 stars if you think it is 5 stars.
Yeah.
Give us 5-star review.
Yeah, and tell us any
check us out.
things that you would want him to talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like what kind of? Because I think there's a lot of interesting things.
There's a lot of
happening
things we
in
can
the
talk
world.
about. And if you're on Spotify, you can catch us there. Catch us on
Yes.
Spotify too.
And he's a
we're
rapper.
basically on every platform that you're on.
Yeah,
So
which is amazing.
every
by the
podcast
way.
platform, especially. So
Which is
whether it's
amazing, by the
Stitcher, SoundCloud, Spotify,
Yeah.
Google Podcasts,
Yeah.
we're right there.
And you can follow
so just
me at Ghetto Dove Instagram.
at Ghetto Dove X.
Sorry, there we go. Oh my God,
on
I'm
Instagram.
shocked,
Check her
yes.
out. She's pretty cool. She also has a
Thanks, you think I'm cool?
absolutely, yeah. Also, you wouldn't be on my podcast.
Oh my God, this is the second.
Okay, I take that back. I don't think you're cool. She almost spilled my wine. But look, if she also has a YouTube channel.
I do have a YouTube channel, which is very basic, but don't worry, guys.
She's working on
I'm
it.
working on it. Yes.
It's what is it? Hileni?
Yes. So it's Hileni Kathindi. So
Kathindi.
that's HILENI
K
space.
KATHINDI. You feel me? So yeah, so check her out
Wow, guys,
on
Glenn is
YouTube.
doing
Subscribe,
so well right
and also
now.
subscribe to my channel, Amateur Opinions with Deuce and Easy.
Yes,
You already
of
know.
course.
Subscribe on
Easy.
iTunes,
Shout out Easy.
podcast on iTunes,
Follow
SoundCloud,
Easy.
Stitcher, Spotify. This is it. This is the Amateur Opinions. Thank you so much for joining us. On Common Sense with the Stupid Geniuses. Peace out.